Welcome to the All Jammed Up podcast presented to you by Music Never Stopped. Today is Thursday, September 25th, and today on the podcast we have Cory and Harry from East Nash Grass.
What are you doing, podcast for lot?
Yeah.
Come be on a lot podcast.
Yeah, hell yeah, All Jammed Up.
This dude's doing a podcast. If you want to be on some podcast, come give an interview.
Hell yeah.
All
Good morning, fools. Welcome to the All Jammed Up podcast. Today is Thursday, September 25th. I'm your host, Clint Dotson, and today we have 2/5 of the band East Nash Grass on the podcast. We have Cory and Harry, who are the banjo player and the mandolin player. If you haven't heard of these guys, check them out. I'm sure you have heard of them. They won the IBMA new group last year, and they were an interesting interview for sure. The first 15 minutes, it seemed like they were kind of testing me, trying to see, how patient I was. I don't really know. It was funny. They were doing like a deadpan thing, and had to kind of work for some questions at the beginning. But I think I got them out of their shell, got them talking, and it ended up being a good interview. Started out with some weird stuff, getting into brunch, Cracker Barrel, sweet tea, some stories of D's. But then it gets going and we talk about the bluegrass scene in Tampa, Bill Monroe being the definition of country music and how that changes depending on where you are, and then get some tips on learning guitar. So like I said, it's a little tough at first. It's funny, there's some laughs in it, but it's kind of like, what are we doing here? But we get going. It's a great interview. Those guys are funny. They're going to be in Nasheville in November, so I'm excited to see them because I haven't seen them yet. But Cory and Harry, shouts out to you guys. Really tested my interviewing abilities. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it with these guys. Cory and Harry from East Nash Grass.
Hey, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Alrighty, guys, we are here with Cory and Harry from the band East Nash Grass. And I know I rescheduled it a day later, but you guys are 20 minutes late. So who's really at fault here?
Who's to blame, really?
Just kidding. I am bummed that you guys came on here and you're not in full garb like you were for the radio station interview that you guys did.
Well, we're different every day.
How's it going for you guys?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good, man. You guys on the road right now? You guys were just in Nashville like a couple days ago. You guys back in Nashville now?
No, we're at our little trailer home.
Okay, and where's that at?
It's at a undisclosed location in Madison, Tennessee.
Fair enough. I won't ask too many questions then.
Thanks.
So I guess should just get right into it. I do want to know how you guys met and how the band kind of became what it is now.
Oh, wow. Well, we started playing at this place. It was just kind of just a fun time for us to have at a place called D's.
Okay.
And we just kept trying our best. And
Yeah, they used to give us free beers, but then they quit, so we quit. That's how we met.
Did you guys make a fool of yourself and have too many beers one night? Is that why the free beer stopped?
No, they made a fool of themselves and quit giving us free beers. So we revolted.
There's got to be a reason they stopped giving you free beers, though.
Yeah, I think supply chain issues.
The supply chain, hey, that's affecting everybody right now.
It's true. It's affected our career at D's, for sure.
And D's is a pretty well-known place in Nashville for bluegrass, western country, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I just passed by there on the way over here, and they're celebrating Americana Fest over there right now. They're having a big hee-haw time over there for Americana Fest.
Okay, nice. And are you guys two of the founding members of East Nash Grass?
Yeah, Cory founded the name, truly. And
I saw it and I said, it's mine.
yeah, he had
Trademarked? Did you trademark it?
Yes.
He trademarked it.
That's good. That's good. You guys, so I did my little research before this, and what I saw on Spotify and your bio is paradox of authenticity is revealed. Let's break that down in a little simpler terms. What do we mean by that?
First off, I think that's a lie.
I'll pull it up right here on Spotify. Hold on. Give me a second.
We'll see who's right or wrong about this.
Great podcasting for the people listening. Alrighty. Much like watching a bowling ball and a feather fall together, expectations of what should and shouldn't work are challenged as the paradox of authenticity is revealed.
Okay, that's actually true. That
Yep.
is true.
One
Sorry,
to
sorry,
nothing.
you.
Me.
It was
My
out
bad.
of context. Sorry.
I was out of line on that.
So what's that mean?
I don't know. I didn't write that. I don't know what it means.
I think it has something to do with Newton's law is what is coming to mind right now. I'm trying to think of a good answer that makes me look smart, and Cory probably has something.
Well, Newton's law, it means the Earth is round and flat at the same time. Because when you're walking on the Earth,
Uh-huh.
much like walking on the moon,
Yeah.
but you see the moon is what appears to be circular. But
Why can't the Earth just be like round in some places and then flat in others? And I think a good example of that is the state of Kansas.
What is the comparison there? The relation there?
Have you ever been to Kansas?
It's flat, yeah.
But in some parts it's really round.
Oh, like the rolling hills, similar to Ohio, some would say.
you have to think outside of the box.
That's it. You just got to think outside the box.
Yes.
Okay. And then D's, was that the crucible of a dive bar that's mentioned in the Spotify bio as well?
So Cory told me about D's when we first started hanging out, praying together. And so it's a really cool place to just go hang out. There's a cool bartender there who will threaten you with a knife, but if you stay late enough, he'll just give you free Old Milwaukees.
Regardless of supply chain, you still get the free Old Milwaukee's there?
Well, that was the beginning of D's.
That was in start.
That was the
I
golden
feel like
days.
this is all a setup for like a big D's nuts joke coming here soon.
No, and they don't even have nuts on their menu. They just have pretzels, which I think is a failure on their part, and they totally overlooked a great,
Okay.
a great business opportunity there.
Okay.
Are there people there with you?
Somebody did just walk in. Oh, it's my roommate walked in. Sam, you want to come say hey?
What's going on?
This is my buddy
What's
Sam.
going on, man?
What's up, Sam?
up,
What's going on?
What's up, dude?
He
I
ca-
can't hear you, but I hope you're having a nice time.
It's great.
Yep, they said it's great.
Wonderful.
Hey, Clint is doing a great job.
Yeah, that was Sam's first appearance on the podcast, so big day here for us here.
That's cool.
Cory, are you a Florida guy?
I am.
Okay, so I want to get into that a little bit. I listened to the podcast you had with Cody Nottingham, some dude named Tom Henderson. You're in the Sewanee Mountains band, Boys. Is that what it's called, Sewanee Mountain Boys?
That's it.
So I lived in Tampa for like 4 years, St. Pete for like a year and a half. Where in Florida are you from? Are you from there? You just live there?
Yeah, I'm from like an hour east of Tampa, so that's crazy. Where in Tampa?
I lived in the motherfucking projects, Highland Pines, corner of 50th Street in Columbus, right outside of Ybor City. Are you familiar?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, great Cuban food.
Great Cuban food. I have Ybor City tattooed on my toes, so real committed to the bit. So are you like in Lakeland?
Like south of Lakeland, south of Plant City.
South of Plant City. Shouts out Strawberry Festival.
Yeah, man. Like people call it Lithia or Pinecrest, or
Okay.
I
Gotcha.
just know it as Brandon.
yeah, he never quite got it.
Yeah, Brandon's like, I mean, honestly, anything east of Tampa, like once you get from like there to really like Daytona, it's all just a cesspool as far as I'm concerned.
Well, thanks so much.
Brandon, Jason, Tyler.
So where are you from then, Harry?
I'm originally from Arkansas.
So you're from Arkansas. Cory's from Florida. Maybe now I can get the answer to this question. How did you guys meet?
Missouri. That's how me and Cory met. met one fateful night in Missouri at a old motel complex on right off location of the Silver Dollar City theme park.
Okay.
And
That's you can keep going.
yeah, and we met there one night, and then I don't know, maybe 10 years later, we reconnected when I moved to Nashville, and Cory was moving to Nashville, and I was staying up real late. Cory was staying up real late. I sent him a text. I was like, "What's up, dude?" He's like, "I'm listening to records," and so I came over and we started hanging out, listening to records. And turned out we both like going to this place, D's, like we were talking about earlier, and it was cool because there's this bartender there named Joe Duda who actually held a knife to Cory's neck one night. So that's a whole different story.
He didn't mean it though.
No, it was all in fun.
It was really fun.
So one of our buddies, Luke Monday, who's a great banjo player / guitar player / singer / human, he was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to work up a bluegrass night at this place called D's Country Cocktail Lounge." I was like, "That's awesome, dude. That's a cool bar. You know, they got Bill Monroe on the jukebox." And so it never worked out. He never followed through with it, but somehow it got passed on to another banjo player named Ryan Cavanaugh, who got the gig, even though me and Cory were trying to schmooze this bartender into giving us the bluegrass night. Somehow Ryan got it, and then booked a show there. And I think he called it East Nash Grass, and Cory played guitar, and I played bass, and Cory's brother Jared played mandolin, and Ryan played banjo, and we played one show there. And Ryan said, "You know, this isn't for me. You guys want to take it? Harry, do you want to take it?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." And so I took it, and ended up meeting up with James Key, who's our current guitar player, who at the time played mandolin, and I played guitar. And we also had an array of different people playing. Cory was in and out, so it ended up being that one guy I told you about, Luke Monday. He ended up playing banjo for probably the first year or so regularly. And we went through a couple bass players, and we went through Pat Fiddle, and then after that, Maddie Denton, who's a kind of a local from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, started playing fiddle because she knew James from a fiddle contest in Smithville, Tennessee. And James called her to play, and so she started coming to play, and I quit the band for a little while and moved to Kentucky, and this other guy played guitar, named Jason Owen, and then he quit, and I moved back to Nashville, and then they hired me again on guitar, and then we got a couple different bass players, and Cory was playing banjo now, and then we made a record during COVID, and then I was like, cool, and everyone was kind of like, cool, and then we kept playing at D's, and then me and Cory and James went to Idaho to play this private Mormon billionaire gig in the Sawtooth Mountains, and for some reason I played mandolin and James
Hold
played guitar.
on. Let's hear more about that. The private billionaire gig.
It was sick, dude. He had a helicopter. It was tight.
Why? So what was his reason for wanting to hiring a bluegrass band to play at what event was this?
There's this guy, Matt Combs, who's a great fiddle player, and he's really the guy that got the gig. I don't know how he knew these people, but it was like a political thing, and it was a private event. So much money everywhere. They were like throwing it on us, and we could keep whatever we wanted. And like you were saying here, you were playing mandolin.
Yeah, I did a J behind his helicopter.
Oh, what's a J? Like smoked a J?
I did a J.
Okay.
It was sick.
And then after
we swam in the salmon. Little salmon ran through his property, cold as hell.
Elk bugling everywhere.
Yeah, they were mad rutting.
Okay. Nice.
Sick, dude.
It was cold.
Okay, and then so that was in like after COVID, you said, and then now we're going forward a few years now. 2024, you guys were the IBMA New Artist of the Year, right?
We were the newest one, and so we won.
Except now I play mandolin and James plays guitar.
Okay, gotcha. So you're multi-instrument, a lot of talents you got.
I didn't have anything else to do really when I was growing up.
Okay, that's because you grew up in Arkansas, right? Not a lot to do
And
there.
I was homeschooled, yeah, and so
Deprived of a lot of things.
yeah, but also got to learn a lot of things and not have to go to school.
What do you think you were most deprived of in Arkansas?
Honestly, nothing much other than just like I don't know, like Thai food, Indian food,
Yeah,
ethnic food. Our food kind of blows.
yeah. I heard you guys. I don't
Old
know.
ladies cook good there though. It's cool. Got killer tea, sweet tea.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You know, tea is important. Cracker Barrel, one of my favorite spots to get sweet tea.
It's always good. It's always good. You got the orange zest in it. You know, they add a little bit of orange in their tea. Not everybody knows that.
Yeah, it's news to me.
And they were going to change that. They were going to switch it to cinnamon with the new CEO, but then they said no after the backlash, and now we're back to zesty orange.
I had a friend in Little Rock who was a great musician. He taught me a lot. I know he used to make sweet tea, and he'd do the Louisiana tea on the stovetop. But instead of just Louisiana, he'd sneak in one bag of Earl Grey and make that sweet tea with just a little bit of Earl Grey. It tastes like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, Harry says it's good. I haven't tried it.
We'll have to trust Harry on this one, but I'm weary of that as of so
try
far.
it. You can make it at your house.
Okay, I'm gonna have to send you. Have you send me the recipe for that?
It's sick.
So you guys like Cracker Barrel, right?
Yeah.
It used to be better.
It did. I
Yep.
found plastic in my okra one time. It sucked.
But you guys have beef with brunch, is that correct?
I don't like it one bit. Harry, he's hot or cold.
I'll eat beef with any meal. So
Why do you have beef with brunch? What's the issue?
I don't like. It's a made up meal.
every meal is made up, dude.
Yeah, but every meal would be made up
No.
technically.
Yeah.
No, it was made up to just make more money. We don't need 4 meals a day. I mean, give me a break. This is stupid.
So you
This
don't
is
like you don't like Taco Bell? You don't like Taco Bell either.
Taco Bell isn't great, but I enjoy Taco Bell when I have to.
So say you had a few, you went to D's, you had a few drinks at D's, you get an Uber ride home, you go buy a Taco Bell, you get a Taco Bell. What is that? Fourth meal.
I would never go to Taco Bell because right next to D's is a way better place, and it's called Jess.
But they've dropped the ball in the last few years. And it's sad.
I think that they're just as good as they've ever been.
That's not what he says off camera.
We're 15 minutes into this. This is maybe the craziest interview I've done so far.
Oh, thanks. I'm just trying to,
Hey, we're just regular guys.
yeah, just
cool.
like anybody.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you guys. I'm glad we were able to make it out. I'm bummed that I missed your guys' show the other day, but you guys are going to be back in Asheville in November at the Great Eagle, right?
Yeah. You're in Nashville?
I'm in Asheville, yeah.
Hell yeah. Love Asheville.
So hopefully I'll be able to make that one. Who are you guys playing that show with?
It's Ian G and AJ Lee
Blue Summit.
in Blue Summit. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a co-bill tour that we're launching.
Okay, gotcha. And when I listen to you guys, like I've never seen you guys live yet, but I do listen to you guys' music on Spotify. You guys had a pretty recent album come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys do like a pretty good job of like, I don't know who the lead singer is, but like he does a really good job of like his voice is like that old timey bluegrass that you want. But you guys are obviously like more progressive and stuff like that. How do you guys think you accomplish that sound?
Well, by just having multiple singers, there's not really one lead singer in the band.
Okay.
Harry sings, James sings, Jeff sings, Maddie sings. I don't sing, and so
Cory
Why
sings
don't you
baritone
sing?
on one song.
I sing baritone on one song per record, and it's been really cool to be able to always have to do that.
Okay. And then you growing up in Florida, I mean, when I lived in Florida, I never really experienced much of a bluegrass culture. I felt like, at least in the St. Pete area, there was like a pretty heavy Grateful Dead scene. But as far as bluegrass, I didn't really see a whole ton of that. What kind of introduced you and like brought you into the bluegrass game?
Well, to answer the first part of that, like it's like anywhere, You have to know where to look, or you have to stumble upon it, and
Yeah.
then it'll show you where the circles are, and how they connect. But I grew up like Harry playing really young, and when you're young, you get special privilege of your parents taking you to the places, and they do the research and figure out what's happening, and then you just know, and you grow up with it. They become all the people you meet become friends, and where the bluegrass is.
Except for me, it was my older brother, Cory. Cory was the oldest brother, so he had to rely on his folks, and so I just had an older brother who could drive, and I relied on him.
Gotcha. Cory, were you going to like the Suwannee Music Park a lot when you were younger and doing like the Roots festivals and all those festivals? Okay,
Yeah.
So I get that part of Florida probably has a lot more of that. I guess in my experience was Tampa, St. Pete on that Gulf side, and there's, again, you're right. Maybe I just wasn't around it to find it, but I just didn't see a whole ton of that where I was.
It's
Funky.
Yeah, it's not like North Carolina or East Tennessee. As far as the amount of bluegrass, but like Lakeland, there's quite a bluegrass scene, like in Lakeland, Auburndale.
Okay.
And then Tampa, it was quite a bit less. But you mentioned Tom Henderson, who ran the Bluegrass Parlor in Temple Terrace area of Tampa, and it was a bluegrass store, and they had a jam every Thursday. Me and my brothers took lessons there. It was kind of like the headquarters, the bluegrass headquarters of Central Florida, in a way that you could just go into the store and ask Tom, hey, is there any bluegrass happening this weekend? And he also ran, up until he died, the longest syndicated bluegrass radio program in the world.
Okay.
I forget how many years it was, but it was like 38 years or something nonstop syndicated. So it was, his show was picked up by other stations and played all through the country. So that really helped a lot too. But on the Suwannee thing, that's like a whole different thing. I saw everybody at Suwannee for the first time. Man, I saw all the greats like Tony Rice and Dog and Peter Rowan and Nickel Creek and the Flecktones, and saw Brian Sutton the first time there, Casey Dreesen, Psycho Grass, with Mike Marshall, who, by the way, is from Lakeland. It just keeps going. Vassar, Josh Graves, Kenny Baker. I saw so many of the heavies, the all-time heavies there.
Yeah, to me, I go to Hulaween every year, and that's like my relationship with Suwannee. And someone like you who's more local, a little more tapped into the scene there, Suwannee is like a very special place to me because like the experiences I've had there. But like for someone like you that's like in your backyard, you're going there all the time. Does that like magic still kind of resonate with you when you're there?
Yeah, definitely. In fact, my cousin, he has a house right across the street, like deep in the woods there, and so I get to visit Suwannee a lot, usually a couple times a year, and it always brings back memories, and I've been talking quite a bit in East Nash Grass about playing one of those festivals, whether it be Magfest or Hulaween or Springfest or whatever, and I'd be looking for that, anybody from there, because it looks like we might play there.
Yeah, that would be sick. I mean, Hulaween does a really good job, I think. I've never been to, like, the Roots Fest or Spring Fest or any of those, but I do think Hulaween does a good job of, like, kind of, it seems like Sunday's kind of always a designated day for, like, bluegrass, more like the Western, because, like, Donato's playing this year, Shadowgrass is playing this year, String Dusters is playing. Last year they had, like, Bob Weir Incident, or maybe that was 2 years ago, I don't remember. But they do a really good job of that. So I think you guys would fit in perfectly there. Was Skippers ever anything that was kind of on your radar in Tampa? Because that was a venue that I loved going to, man. Uncle John's band.
Yeah, absolutely. Skipper's Smokehouse,
Yep.
great place in a dangerous part of town. My mom was always nervous anytime we played there because you know that street,
Nebraska,
Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's infamous for illegal activity of mainly one variety. But
that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, one time we opened up for Ralph Stanley and the Clinch Mountain Boys there. That was really cool with the Bluegrass Parlor Band, which was Tom Henderson's Bluegrass Parlor and his Bluegrass Parlor Band. But at that time, Tom had retired, and we took it over, and we were all kids.
Yeah, there's like a new it's like a new wave of bluegrass that's kind of happening right now. You got like you guys, Shadowgrass, Mountain Grass Unit, Magoo, and they're all kind of like, I guess Mountain Grass you could say is the south, but like Drury and Luke were up north, Magoo's out west. You and Shadowgrass are kind of like south central, whatever. So it's all kind of different, but all kind of the same. Like, what do you think kind of separates East Nash Grass from like these other groups?
I think it's everyone's kind of like growing up in very, very traditional bluegrass settings, kind of cutting our teeth in those settings, at least for me and James and Jeff, our bass player. And I know Cory did too. I think Florida had a little more to offer as far as festivals that were a little more kind of all-encompassing of different musical styles. But also, I know Cory spent a lot of time, like he said, listening to these, like going to these festivals where these like first gen cats were playing. And same with Maddie, grew up in in the Tennessee kind of old time festival or fiddle contest scene. So like where some of these bands like Magoo, I feel like those guys came into bluegrass or whoever, some of these bands we're playing now might have come into bluegrass from like the, listening to Jerry Garcia, Old and in the Way, Grateful Dog kind of stuff. Like, I feel like, at least for me and several other people, kind of started playing bluegrass and started like getting more into jammy music later on, and music that's kind of adjacent to bluegrass or kind of falls in line with the type of music that we're playing now. I feel like we kind of came in through a different door.
Yeah, when I think of like Magoo's kind of pretty far on like the psychedelic jamgrass side. Shadowgrass is on the other side of like pretty traditional. Mountain Grass Unit's kind of in the middle. They can go either way. I feel like they kind of favor more the traditional, but they can go the other way. Where do you guys put yourself? Where do you guys want to be, I guess? Do you want to be more on that traditional side? Do you want to branch out and try to get a little jammier and trancier? What's the kind of the goal for you guys with what you're doing?
I think playing good songs and good music and just trying to play what we want to play. Like if we feel like playing jammy stuff, I hope we play jammy stuff. If we just want to play a bunch of songwriter stuff, I hope we do that. I don't think we're really trying to do anything other than what feels good.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think any of us like look at it in those terms like, let's make this more traditional, let's make this more progressive. I think it's just like whatever sounds the best, whatever, before you play it, you have options, you have so many options. And I'm just talking about like in 1 second of time in a song, before you play, you have all these options and then you pick one, and it's kind of just like a constant game of choosing what you would like to hear or what you would like to hear more than the other things you could play, the other options that you could play.
Yeah, maybe what plays into it is kind of what we're into at the time. I feel like we all listen to a bunch of different music, and like we just go through phases where we're listening to other stuff as opposed to a couple years ago when we were listening to something else. We just released this album, And in the moment when we were making it, I didn't really feel like it sounded too much different than anything we did until it was finished and I listened to it in comparison. And I was like, oh yeah, this is a lot different than what we've been doing. It's kind of not trying to think about it too hard. Just yeah.
Got it. You mentioned listening to like a lot of other music. What kind of other music that's not, traditional bluegrass or just bluegrass in general, jam band music in general? What other kind of things are you guys listening to?
Everything, anything, really, pretty much any type of music, you know, it might turn, it might perk up our ears,
Yeah.
I know that, we like obviously country and we like Western. So
Yeah.
Both musics.
we like both of them.
My first memory of music in general was Tom Petty's Full Moon Fever. It's like my first memory of music. It was that cassette tape.
Okay.
And I don't know, Cory, when I first met Cory, he was, and still does, listen to a lot of, like Old Train, Wait.
When you say country music, like what? I feel like that's such a broad term. There's like outlaw country, and there's like this newer like when I think of country, I think of like Tim McGraw, Toby Keith. Like that's like what my mind goes to when I hear country. For you guys, what is like that kind of country encapsulate for you?
Bill Monroe is it. I mean, just if I had to like be like really quick and almost smart aleck, but I don't mean it in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Monroe is country,
Yeah.
like it was just revolutionary kind of country music, and they called it bluegrass music, not because Bill called it bluegrass music, but it was actually a term to differentiate the music of North in Kentucky, like it was just a type of music that the Opry actually came up with to not to market, Bill Monroe, but to like let their audience know that it was a regional thing,
Mm-hmm.
And there really is something to where you come from,
Yeah.
There's a sound that is in your playing and singing and your outlook that comes from where on the planet you come from, but country's everything, it's not the 90s, it's hearing the 90s is cool. I love the 90s country sound, but the 80s sounds totally different than the 90s and the 70s and the 60s and the 50s and the 40s. They all had a sound, that's very much its own thing, So I don't know. I don't know really what to say.
That's a good
my
answer.
style.
I think what you said, like where you are from, where you grow up at, kind of has a big influence in that as well. As like I said, Tim McGraw and Toby Keith, but I grew up in southeastern Virginia, where like it's a bunch of good old boys. No one's listening to bluegrass there. No one's listening to the Grateful Dead there. It's like the radio is that. It's like that era, whatever you want to call it, of country. And I'm sure I don't live there now, but I'm sure if I went there now and turned on the radio, it would be like Morgan Wallen and what other else those new country guys are.
It's kind of the same where I'm from. It's like you'd be hard pressed to find a bluegrass radio station unless you're looking way low in the FM dial section. Find some like local station that has a Tuesday night program.
Yeah, and that's probably exactly the same for me. It was like when I was a kid, we'd turn the radio and it was like Kelly Clarkson, Matchbox 20, and whatever else might be on top 40 right then at that time.
Nice. Yeah. Clint, do you play?
I have an acoustic guitar, and my girlfriend got it for me a few months back. I'm learning chords and stuff, but as far as like really being good at anything, no. I'm really trying, but it's
that's awesome, man.
Dude, sometimes I think some of the most like inspired music fans are people that don't play music at all. Like in the most in touch music fans are people that just don't play. They just listen harder than anyone. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I just like pick it up and like I'll learn to like I'll learn the first like 30 seconds of a song to the point where I can like recognize what it is, and then I'm just like, all right, I want to learn another one now. Like
Oh no, you can't do that, Clint. You gotta,
I know,
you gotta
I
learn
know.
it all the way through, man.
I learned the beginning of Nutshell the other day, and I was like, it's the same thing the whole time. I'm good now. And I probably spent like 3 weeks trying to do the intro to Shady Grove, and then just like I was like, why am I starting on this? So I just kind of mess around and try to just get comfortable with the chord shapes and stuff. And there's like a community college up the road that does like classes for like $75 for like 8 sessions. So I think I'm gonna do that soon, just so I really just want to be able to like someone else play and I can just keep up with them. I think that would be fun to just like not really. I don't really have a desire to like learn other people's songs as much as just like be able to keep up with someone seems fun.
Yeah, there's a connection to people, you know, that you can get from playing music, and it's language, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. I that was random, but I was just wondering.
Yeah. What advice do you have to someone like me who's trying to learn?
Get an instructor that
Okay.
and go to them every week. That's what I would say is the most important thing, because then they can say, you know, okay, play me Shady Grove. Did you work on that this last week? Yes, I did. Okay, good job. All right, so let's hear it. And then
Yeah.
you play it, and then they can stop you and say, "Oh, you're using your ring finger instead of your middle finger for that note. Remember, we talked about you need to use the middle finger for that." Oh yeah, they can catch you on your bad habits and stop you before you reinforce them to where it's way harder to retrain yourself.
Yeah.
That's like the
Unfortunately.
biggest thing, man. Like really, really, it's like having someone in real time instead of instead of YouTube videos and stuff, which are very, very helpful. Don't get me wrong, and some guys just do it so well. I mean, so
Shouts
well.
out Marty Schwartz.
Man, Marty Schwartz, David Benedict is doing wonders for the mandolin world right now with his very comprehensive mandolin lessons and tips and everything. He's got a Patreon.
I know. I need to join Luke Black's Patreon.
Yeah, Luke Black. So I'm not trying to come down on that, but it's really helpful to be there in person, you know, and then you get to play with them too. They'll play rhythm for you, you know, and that helps your timing. And it shows you, you know, what your tendencies are, you know, and it's also someone to hold you accountable, you know.
Yeah, that's what I want, is to like work with someone, because like you said, I watch the YouTube videos and it gets to a point where like there's something that'll trip me up, and like I can't pause the video and ask him a question. He's just gonna keep on doing what he's doing. So then I'm just like, fuck, all right, let's try a different song.
Yeah,
and that's
right.
just kind of the reoccurring cycle of what I'm at. But it's something that I want to try to, like I said, do that class and get a little help. And I have friends here that, I mean, Asheville's the perfect city to have friends that play guitar, and there's so many, and sometimes I'll hang out with them and we'll just kind of mess around. But you're
Sean
right.
Stickley, man, he's awesome. You know him?
Yeah, he came on the podcast not too long ago. He's the fucking man.
He's a Nashville dude.
Yeah,
Guitar player.
there's Alex Bazemore is another guy in Nashville that's really good. My homie Ethan Johnson. He's Chattanooga, not over there. So I don't know if you guys know him.
There's a guy that just moved there who went to Berkeley named Cory Brodsky. He's a great guitar and mandolin player.
Okay, so are you guys multi-instruments? You guys, I know you said you were.
Yeah, Cory plays everything.
Okay,
Not really.
Why'd you settle on banjo then? Why was that the one you wanted to like make your main?
It's just what I started with, so I've been playing it the longest, and I feel more connected to it. Even if sometimes I feel like I could play like guitar better on something, you know, I just feel more connected to the banjo.
That's how I feel with mandolin too. Even though, yeah, I've played guitar in several bands and always ended up going back to like, I just want to play mandolin. It's just what I want to do.
Yeah, you mentioned being in several bands. Have you ever been in a band that wasn't like bluegrass? Were you ever like in like some weird garage bands when you were in high school or something?
Yeah, me and my brother lived in this house. There's a college in our hometown. It's kind of like we lived in this house that was right behind a subway. We called it the Subway House, and not like a train station subway, like meatball sub. And like there was these Polish dudes that lived there, and then this guy named Keith, and Keith is from Connecticut. I don't know what it is about Connecticut dudes and being like Grateful Dead fans, Fish fans. But there's such a condensed population of people I meet from Connecticut who are all like, yeah, Fish and the Dead. And Keith was like one of my first friends who was like into that type of music, and so me and my brother started a band with him and a drummer called it Keith and Co.
Nice.
And,
what kind of music were you guys doing?
I mean, just like Grateful Dead covers, or Beatles, or Ray Charles, or some, like Shake Grove.
Nice.
Just whatever, Brown Eyed Women.
Cool. Well, you guys seem like funny guys. You guys were kind of making me work for it at the beginning there, so I appreciate that. It's fun. But you guys, I know you're funny guys. You got to have a funny tour story for me or something that just old memory of the two of you guys that kind of makes you guys geek out.
Oh yeah, you probably want to tell that story.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Let me file through the bank of all the bangers we got up in there.
One time, Harry, he was driving into Nashville, and he was so tired, and he called me on the phone and said, "Hey, could I crash at your place?" I said, "Yeah," and I said, "I'll be up," and he got in late, and he just decided, I'm not going to go inside. I'm going to sleep on the porch all night.
Cory called me for a gig, and I was in Kentucky coming home, and I was living in Arkansas at the time. And I was like, I landed in Jackson, Tennessee. That's where my car was parked. He called me at like midnight. I was like, dude, I need you for a gig tomorrow if you can come to Nashville. I was like, cool, dude. I'm in Jackson right now, but I need a place to crash. He was like, I promise you, I'll leave the key under the doormat. I'll give you my address. I'd never been to his house before. He's like, just come on over. Even if I go to bed, my key is under the mat. And then
see how this story is a little different when he tells it?
This is the truth. And I got there, and there was no key under the mat, and I didn't know what room Cory was in, and there were windows all over the house. And so I slept on the front porch in a lawn chair with all the brown recluse spiders just hanging out.
And there was no booze involved in this?
No, sadly. It was dry as a bone, and it was like August, so the sun came up at like 6 a.m., but it was also 89 degrees.
Because I've had similar stories to that, but there was definitely booze involved.
No soul.
You got to go to D's, man, and get the free Milwaukee's Best.
They don't have that anymore.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm glad we were able to set this up. Maybe when we can do it again in person when you guys are in Asheville in November. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you guys want to plug?
Just check out our new album, All God's Children, on all your streaming platforms, East Nash Grass. And also me and Cory and our sweet friend Big O have an album coming out sooner than later of all original music that we wrote. And I don't know what it's called, but it's coming out.
Yeah, Big O. Christian Ward.
Okay, keep an eye out. Thanks so much for coming on, guys.
Okay, thanks for having us, dude.
Clint.
Have a great day.
You just got jammed.
Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to Chloe's Corner.
Me time.
Hope you guys enjoyed that interview with East Nash Grass. They tried me. They had me in the first half.
They had you bamboozled.
They had me in the first half, but I cracked the code. Funny guys.
Their ruse was up.
I did at one point was like, do you guys want to do this?
No.
I was like, I don't know if they're, and then kind of loosen them up a little bit. I was like, do they want to do this right now?
Yeah. And
But
then
it
they
ended up
made me
being good.
realize that you weren't catching on too well.
Yeah,
That it was a bit.
I think the bit would have worked in person, but over
Yeah.
the virtual, it was hard to tell,
Yeah, I think it's easier when you can feed off your energies.
And then our conversation got going, and it was good.
Yeah.
So
Out
yeah,
of formalities into.
shouts out Cory and Harry. Hopefully we'll do it again in November when you guys are here at the Great Eagle.
Ooh.
And I'll be the funny guy.
There you go. You love being the funny guy. You are the funny guy.
You had a couple notes to start us with, didn't you?
Couple notes super important to us. Goose was on Pardon My Take. See, I've forgotten them now.
Bucks are 3-0.
Bucks are 3-0.
Shouts out Preston.
Thank you. I adore you. Thank you for listening. You're so nice. This is your test. You have to send Clint a kiss.
MWAH.
Send him a moi. This is your test. If you pass it, every time I talk to you, you move up on the leaderboard. So, oh, I did decide this leaderboard I have of your friends. If I die first, I will post it. It'll be next to my headstone, or next to my casket.
You're gonna put my friends in order on your gravestone?
Yeah, of how I like them. I won't tell them. Leading up. If I die first, it will be next to my casket. It'll be like a seating chart. It'll be a single file line.
What makes you think you're gonna die before any of us? You're younger than us.
'Cause I'm down with the sickness, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. That was a good one.
Thank you. If I was able to do full volume, but Sam hasn't come out of his room, so I can't speak too loud.
Speaking of Sam, he made his podcast appearance today on the podcast.
Oh, he did? Yeah, I remember seeing that, yeah.
So, yeah, there he goes. That's our...
He goes, I can't see you, but I hope you're having a good time.
I wanted to post like a meme on Instagram, and it was like me and Big Cat, and then the handshake emoji, and it was interviewing guys from Goose.
Nah, that's fun.
I think I'm gonna post it. Like I'm gonna post his picture as a story.
Yeah.
And then make that the caption.
There was a funny one you had the other day when you were interviewing Ben, and it was right after we had watched that Avicii documentary.
Oh yeah.
Everyone watch the Avicii documentary, and also look out for your friends. But there was he said something about like how he doesn't need to be the one to like play the music. He can hear all the parts.
Yeah,
of the
he was
music.
like, I don't know how to play guitar, but I know like what I want out of the guitar.
What I want
the
the guitar to do. Yeah. And it was just funny because I think it was Sam and he was like, damn, Avicii? And I think that could be a funny post too, but I don't think we got to give the Avicii thing more
That's
time.
a very topical joke, I think. I think that's just for our house.
Oh, is it? Well, it's funny to me, and I think most things I find funny are funny, so.
That's true.
We have a Hulaween podcast. Oh, I did have one more note. We have a new pet spider. It's a giant orb weaver. He made his house outside he made this house a home. He made it at the door leading out to our patio. It was really hard. I had a really long day.
Sorry, that was funny though.
I stuttered, okay?
It happens.
I got tongue-tied. Anyway, we have a Hulaween podcast. We have a new pet spider, and we have a Hulaween Chloe's Corners.
So the set times came out. Friday's a little weird. We talked about that separately, offline. But...
Friday?
Or Thursday, sorry.
Okay,
Thursday,
yeah.
day one.
So Thursday, yeah. So I typically feel we don't usually get into Thursday until like mid.
But maybe we'll sneak in
But
and see the
maybe
Heavy Pets.
Heavy Pets is fun, and then I might go and see Future Joy. I think who was it that had mentioned
Chris Dyer's friends. That's Chris Dyer's friends.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I wonder if he's gonna be there, Mr. Dyer.
Probably.
And then ones I don't want to miss here.
String Dusters.
String Dusters for sure with Sierra Hull. Is her band playing there too?
No, it's just her.
Oh yeah, you asked him, huh? And then I think what we might try to plan to do, but the problem is with plans at Hulaween is we never know the times.
Yeah.
We don't know what time
But
it
it'll
is.
also be, I feel like it'll probably just be me and you this year, so it's always easier.
That is true, yeah.
I'm sure we'll meet up with people and do whatever,
And,
but.
yeah, jump around, but it will be nice. We will be our own like core group. But first set of Mo, and then get to the first set of tape B halfway through, and then stay for the back-to-back tape B.
Yeah, or maybe Mo, tape B, back to Mo.
We'll tape B back to Mo.
It depends the vibe of the night.
Because I guess we don't. I like tape B. Yay, we gotta see vibe. Because then if we move over to Friday.
Okay, let's go to Friday.
Friday we've got LSC, we got Disco Biscuits, Disco. Is Sun Squabby isn't the guy, is that a saxophone?
No, that's Sasquatch, I think.
Oh. Pigeons, missed them.
So yeah, I definitely want to see Disco, Pigeons,
Mm-hmm.
Sun Squabby. Disco biscuits, string cheese, disco biscuits. Is it?
I think Millennium's kind of bassy.
I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm gonna.
I think Millennium is a bit heavier than what we typically go for the EDM route.
Do want to see LSD.
Yeah. LSD is a non-negotiable. We like both of those.
Mm-hmm.
I think LSD might have been one of our first like EDM shows we saw together.
Probably.
Outside of Hulaween, probably.
I think Friday is going to be a performance enhancement night, if you're catching my drift.
Oh yeah? Are we staying up for this surprise set? Also, okay, you might be more tapped in than I am. There's a lot of talk going around about Tipper at Hula.
No way.
No?
No way.
You don't think so?
Who's saying that?
There's a lot of surprise sets and it's Reddit, so you know how they just make their own thing.
That would be crazy, but I can't.
Reddit is like heavily on Tipper surprise set, Tipper here, Tipper there.
I sure hope so.
I mean, it would be fucking
I
sick. I hope they tell us beforehand so we know to be there.
Yeah, I think that.
Hi, monkey.
Yeah. So Friday is another good one. I think into the weekend though is where it really gets good.
Yeah, honestly, okay, so we move over to Saturday. We got LS Dream, Light Code by LS Dream. That's the
Oh, the ambient set?
ambient, like, meditative set that he's
Okay.
doing. That's cool. I didn't know that would be in the daytime. 1:45 to 2:45.
Snosberries, Grace Bowers, Arc de Soleil are all kind of like in the same
I
time.
think it's Soleil.
Soleil, is how you say it? Okay.
I think it's spelled the same as the circus.
So I'll probably do Snosberries, run over to Grace Bowers.
Get the
and
end
then
of Grace Bowers and
Yeah.
then
Arc.
Spirit Lake to the Meadows. That's not far either.
Yeah, no,
you can
no,
make that in fine time. Kick your shoes off.
And then that's the fun string cheese show Saturday night.
Cheese. And then we got
Glass Beams, Parcells. They are doing my boys dirty with the Dogs in a Pile at 2:15.
yes, but go. I know we're not there yet, but go to Sunday real quick and look at Daniel Donato.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
so-
crazy.
yeah.
Okay, back.
Back.
We didn't say it. Back to Saturday.
Back to Saturday. See, the thing is though, like this lineup for me Saturday is like a pretty chill day, you know, a lot of
yeah,
jam.
which is like why the problem is that they're at 2:15.
Yeah, like why can't they be at 2:15 on Friday? Like after I'm up all night partying and then I can go
Yeah.
to Dogs in a Pile. But maybe we'll just have to. So Snosberry is 4:15. We're definitely gonna see that.
Snosberries, yeah, will not be. We
And
will
if
not be
you're-
missing that.
If you're not going to Hulaween, make sure
Mm-hmm.
to get your ticket for the Psychedelic Circus October 19th.
The boys of the Snosberries are bringing. They're bringing a mini, tiny little Hulaween to our sweet,
And
sweet
lasers.
city.
And
lasers. I think face paint. There's math rock. You guys
Yeah.
into fucking math rock? We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna equate
And if
that.
you're like, what the fuck is the Psychedelic Circus? Go back like 3 episodes and listen to
yeah,
the
and listen to
podcast
Ethan
with
Hellers and listen to how fun it's gonna be. Honestly, we will be there. Don't miss it if you can. Don't miss it if you can.
And that's our Snosberries plug.
Yeah, so be there because we will. Snosberries won't miss that. We'll run over for Grace Bowers. Try to hit that Arc de Soleil.
And then I'm string cheese, and then it might be like dinner time. It might be dinner time regroup between the two string cheese ones.
Yeah, I like that because I agree. I don't.
Because
know
I'm
Mr.
probably gonna try to
Finley.
stay out late that night.
If we've got fucking, I don't really think I need to see Zed's Dead. I think that is one that's not in my vibe.
Yeah.
But I will definitely do
Parcells for sure.
string cheese, glass beams, Parcells, Dogs in a Pile.
Yeah.
We could even hit the end. I think I listened to this Blondish
Mm-hmm.
and liked to them, so we could even run there, get a little naughty at the off limit stage. There we
Okay.
go, and then chill out at Spirit Lake, Dogs in a Pile, have a little fun, have a little pizza with the boys.
And then Sunday we have the best day.
Sunday's gonna be
Always
beautiful.
the best day.
Shadowgrass, Susto String Band, Molly Tuttle, Joe Russo's almost dead,
Goose.
Goose, and then Daniel
and
Donato.
That's like a beautiful day. Sit on the mountain.
That is literally just be high and eat noodles all day.
Mm-hmm.
Coochie couch on the mountain. We don't have to leave in between mountains or meadows and hollows.
That's one thing I think that Hulaween does a really good job of is like Friday or Thursday and Friday are like more the EDM kind of
Mhm.
get because like get after it, do your performance enhancers, and then Saturday, Sunday, it's kind of like, at least for like what I like.
I mean, it seems like this week though, or this year, Thursday and Sunday chiller vibes. Friday, Saturday get it on.
Well, Thursday is Jade Cicada, Immersive, Tape B, back to back. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's a great right there.
Yeah, but if you're us, String Cheese,
Yeah.
String Dusters, Jade Cicada, Mo, Tape B, Mo.
Yeah.
So it's all about what you like, but for the people,
I think
this
Hulaween
is-
does a great job of kind of
Catering
giving,
to all.
giving everybody like a something to like.
I wonder.
I wonder what the surprise sets are gonna be and when they're gonna announce that.
I know. I hope they like give us some kind of hinting.
Dude, if there was
beforehand.
a tipper, that would be.
Imagine there's a. Oh no! It would suck if it was at the same time with dogs.
I'm golden tipper.
Yeah, we've seen dogs a lot this year. It
Jimmy
would have to
might.
be-
Jimmy might go to tipper.
Yeah, that's true. They can't do it on that day because Jimmy won't allow it. If they could do that Thursday, that'd be rock and roll. Or Friday, I guess. Friday would be rock and roll. I'm really excited though. I'm excited to get our camp set up. I'm
Mhm.
excited to get sweaty in the morning when we wake up and have to suffocate and have to open the doors in a rush. I love the vibe of Hulaween. I love it. I'm gonna run around. I'm gonna get so dirty. I'm gonna steal 16 packs of wipes from the hospital.
Ravenous. This is the latest. It's 9 o'clock Wednesday night, guys, and I still haven't edited the podcast or even published it. And publishing it takes forever.
But you know what they say about that? Just shake ass. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just shake some ass. You'll be fine. Yeah, we both had pretty long days today.
Yeah.
I'm a little sicky dicky.
Well, we screwed up too because usually we do Chloe's Corner on Tuesday, so I can take care of it all Wednesday. But
Yeah. But the problem has been football is on Monday, which has taken the place of Kill Tony, which means Kill Tony is on Tuesday.
and well, you worked Tuesday and Wednesday this week too.
Which I usually
And
don't.
we couldn't
work
do Chloe's Corner during Ravens Lions. Like, no way.
Yeah, we did have to watch that.
Rough weekend gambling for me. First, I didn't really lose that much money, but it was the first one I wasn't in the green.
Yeah.
Didn't have to pay my bookie. Didn't lose that much money, but we got work to do this weekend.
Well, at least you didn't have to pay your bookie.
And it starts tomorrow with Seahawks -1.
Who are they playing?
The Cardinals.
Oh. -1, that's it?
Yeah. I have a tasty parlay this
I
week.
haven't-
$50 to win $650.
I don't think I've ever paid any notice to the Cardinals.
Yeah, they're pretty like.
I think that's why.
They're just like.
The Seahawks aren't terrible though.
No, they're good this year.
I think it'll be like. I think they should move the line. I think it should be -3.
Okay, sharp play. Sharp play. All right, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm just speaking at my ass now.
I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah.
Sharp play.
Thanks. #1 NFL girly. I am 2-1 on my fucking fantasy team, and people got mad at me in our group chat the other day for it. So
Fuck 'em, we bowl.
fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. So have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday. And wherever you are right now. Exactly.
Come along, have a drink with me. We can talk about the world and how the world is turned so slow. Day and night I found cars they drive and planes they fly. I look into the sun and the sky, you're so bright. It's you that I have found. Oh, and I know there's not much longer now. Or if the world would just slow down. The stars, they sail across the sky, and I could watch you dance all through the night. When the rhythm is right, oh, is rising now. Or if the world would just slow down. So you move with me and I'll move with you, and I could spend the rest of my life by your side. It's you that I have found. Oh, and I know it's not much longer now. Or if the world would just slow down. There's not much longer now. Or if the world would just slow down.